Stuart. If you want to do a circuit,
I'm going to.
Come round 05, and if you're not happy, bring it in.
Yeah, well, exactly what I was going to do.
But if you do, tell them you're doing a touch and go, and then depart in the field, and just wave me.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure
if I'm happy, I'll probably just depart at the end of the downwind leg, but I was going to do it anyway, just stay close.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Many thanks.
See you later.
Cheers. So what was that all about? New rotors down at Sleap, and this is first flight with Rotor System 2. So my original Rotor System 1 had lasted for just over 600 hours, and they are life limited at 700. So the time had come to bite the bullet and upgrade to the replacement Rotor System 2, as now fitted, lifed at 2,500 hours. So they've just been fitted, and this is my first flight with a new rotor system. So that was just the chat with the engineer advising that I might want to fly a precautionary circuit just to make sure that he's done up all the bolts, etc., which is my intention anyway. Always a good idea when a machine's just come out of significant maintenance. So they're lined up at Sleap, way more runway than I need. So pre-rotate for the first time with Rotor System 2. Will they work? So far so good. They definitely seem to work. And to be honest, they just felt pretty similar to my previous rotors, albeit heavier. They are heavier, around about 2.5 kilos heavier, and it's amazing how you can actually feel that difference through the stick force. Just a little bit firmer on the controls. Reached circuit height of 1,000 feet on the crosswind leg, just about to turn downwind, and I'm happy with the feel of the machine and in particular the feel of the rotors. So I'm going to depart the circuit at the end of this downwind leg. No need to fly a precautionary landing. We'll come back to this later on, but for now, have a look at that stick shake, or hopefully you'll agree, the lack thereof. Back at Ashcroft, it's a very short flight from Sleap. There's my IDP, initial descent point, for a landing on the easterly runway 09. And I'm too high, so hovering descent to lose altitude. Lower the nose, speed picks up. And we're landing at Ashcroft to enable me to pick up my second new toy, if you can count new rotors as a toy. new addition to the panel, which we'll see in part 2. Okay, so the eagle-eyed amongst you might be able to notice above my gloved hand there is a new instrument on the panel, just above the stick now. Dynon D3 pocket panel. I'll talk you through what that is, what it does, why I bought it, once we've got the takeoff out of the way. So, brake to flight, engine up to 2000 RPM. My thumb is just about to hover on the pre-rotate button, just adding a bit of power to get over a molehill there. So you can just see that red button, thumb on it now, press, hear the hiss as the piston engages, and the pre-rotate mechanism begins to spin the rotor. That's the squeaking sound you get when the engine is ahead of the rotor speed. And now they're synchronised, so I can begin to add motor power. And when I've got plenty of runway, as I have here, I'm looking for 200 rotor RPM, which equates to 3000 motor RPM. There we have it, stick back, full power, and at this point the pre-rotator mechanism has disengaged, so the only thing driving the rotors is the airflow. And that comes from the fan behind pushing us forward, so the rotors are no longer connected to the engine. And that's how all gyrocopters work, they're only connected during the pre-rotate stage, just before takeoff. Turning downwind now and preparing to leave the Ashcroft circuit to the west towards the Beeston and Peckforton hills. You can see the smoke rising towards the bottom of the picture, and this sort of thing gives really useful clues when you're flying as to the direction of the wind, which in this case, as we know, is directly behind us. We're currently heading west, taking off on the easterly runway, so we have an easterly wind, but it's good to see it confirmed by the smoke. Turning into the hover at Beeston Castle. Adding power as the speed bleeds off. Maintaining about 900 feet, not much wind today. And recover. It basically involves gently lowering the nose and allowing the airspeed to build back up. You don't want to add too much power because that can lead to a powered pushover and induce negative G, which is the number one avoid in a gyrocopter. So, hands off the stick, and what do you think? Not much vibration? Not much for a gyrocopter anyway. So the rotors, big improvement. As for the Dynon D3 on the panel, you can't really see it so much in this light. We will talk about it more in future videos, but this is a fantastic little instrument, very clever. Artificial horizon, gives you altitude, vertical speed, ground speed. It even has synthetic vision to show you any high terrain you might be flying towards. Really impressive bit of kit. Very clever mount system, enables it to attach but to a non-permanent mount, therefore no certification required, and if you fly a couple of aircraft like I do, you can move it from one to the other. Thoroughly recommended. Dynon D3, if you're interested, go and check it out. Why did I buy it? Well, the last video, a flight back from Kirkbride in poor visibility, no clear horizon, just reminded me of how useful it is to have a reference instrument always showing you your attitude relative to the ground, even in a VFR machine like this. It's just something that is reassuring to have. So having proved that Rotor System 2 does in fact work, and that the Dynon D3 is a great bit of kit, it's time to land for the second time, runway 09 at Ashcroft. Initial descent point, power back to idle. Hovering descent because I feel I'm a little bit too high at the moment, so just to lose altitude. Lower the nose to regain airspeed.